Hey everybody, welcome to Trading Capital's exclusive analysis. In today's video, we're discussing natural gas and a variety of natural gas stocks. I'm pleased to report that the bulls have now regained control of the daily 200 moving average for the first time really since we closed above it all the way back here in November of 2022. So it's been quite a long time. We've been putting in the stage one basing formation. I think we're on the near-term precipice of breaking out of this basing formation. A clear technical breakout of the spacing formation will be a daily close above this $3.05 level. That would mark this parabolic bounce and rise. And I do think that we're going to see the golden cross where the 50-day moving average crosses up and intersects with the daily 200 moving average. Once that happens, you typically see a little bit of a minor pullback, but I do think that in order for that cross to happen, we're going to see the price action head a little bit higher in the coming sessions. And like I said, once we get above this major pivot high, the stage one pivot high basing formation, we could see a big squeeze to the upside. Really, if you want to do some simple basing formation calculations, if you take the low of this range, so call it $2.07, to the high of this $3.03, just to make it easier, it's about a $1 range. If we break out of this $1 range from 305, that puts us to about 403. You can see it almost tests that gap window. With some overshoot, you likely fill that technical gap to the upside. So buckle up if you're a natural gas bull. It certainly has not been an easy trade. It has certainly been one that you've had to exercise patience. But I do think, being the fact that it's the first time we're now closing above the daily 200 MA, we could start to see some algorithmic buying really kicking this price action into high gear. And again, let me be clear, natural gas has a tendency to squeeze in both directions, being the fact that there's still a great amount of shorts in this particular commodity. I think that we could see some pretty big substantial moves to the upside. Now, how can you also play natural gas with a little bit more levered play? I specifically, full disclosure, am long natural gas via Boyle, but AR is a natural gas stock that I do like. One of the reasons I like AR is because you had this support resistance flip. You can see here you had this support bounce, technical breakdown, another resistance level, another resistance pivot. Then you were consolidated right at this dotted line, this resistance level, and you gapped and broke through it with clear volume on this candle and power. And now you've actually been consolidating for a few weeks as the natural gas price has actually started to form some more higher lows and closing above that daily 200. And notice what occurred on the AR stock here. You had this golden cross where the 50 intersected with the daily 200 moving average. What happened really after that? You got a short-term pop, and then a little bit of a minor sell-off has occurred. And now you're retesting the 50 daily moving average. And I do think that this could be a good level of support to buy. Full disclosure, I did buy AR. I'm starting to accumulate that on the long side as well. Could there be a scenario where you actually drop down and retest this bigger support level where you had this SR flip? There's absolutely that scenario, especially if the overall S&P 500 breaks down. But look at this price action, how AR is trading above the daily 200 moving average, so it's front running the underlying natural gas commodity. Natural gas just closed above the daily 200, and AR has actually been trading above its daily 200 for a couple weeks now. So that's what you want to see as a speculative investor. You want to see the underlying energy stocks that are attached to the natural gas price. You want to see them front running the underlying commodity. That's typically how gold miners work, and the underlying gold price. You always want to see the underlying stocks leading the commodity. That shows that speculative money is positioning long, and it means there's a more likely scenario that the upside momentum can continue. Even if you look at this KOLD ETF, which is short natural gas, it's a levered play. You know, this has been very choppy. It looks like there's a potential inverse head and shoulders that can play out. You just have to be mindful that if this does trigger, that means natural gas is going to likely need some more consolidation. But I do think that you're running out of momentum on the short side of natural gas, and I do think that natural gas is poised to move higher in the coming sessions. Another stock that I am watching, which I have no position in, is EQT. EQT has actually been stair-stepping its way up. I don't like the fact that you're closing below the 50 daily moving average as of now, but the big support level is going to be right around this $40.39 level, which you can see we're trading right around that area. If you look at the weekly chart, could this use a little bit more consolidation? It absolutely could. This is one of the reasons I prefer AR on the long side instead of EQT. On that note, buckle up. Definitely be mindful that natural gas has a tendency to suck in bulls and bears, and it's never an easy trade or setup. Take care, everybody. Please give this video a big like down below, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and definitely check out our tradingcapital.ca website to see how we're trading it with our members. Thank you, everybody.